Radio Brunel, please welcome your host for tonight, the gentleman.
Hello and welcome to the gentleman here on Radio Brunel. Our guest tonight is Mr. Jonathan Knight. We're doing a bit of a mix-up at the moment with who's hosting.
This episode is going to be like if Johnny was in a dream and he was never the gentleman. So this is what's happening.
Possibly a nightmare.
It's the lady and gentleman, but there's no Jonathan. It's Chris Peckham. Who knows how that happened?
Secretly, in the old days, what I used to do was all my co-hosts would be down by 10. Just
to try and bring you to the forefront.
My mic would be high,
It's
obviously.
'cause he's got such a big ego. I mean...
He struggles to get through doors with that head, don't you?
That's why his quiff's so big, it's full of ego.
I'm the important person in the show, really. I mean, people tune in just to hear the gentleman. Or whatever I used to be before.
The knobhead. But what?
Okay. So what's the plan for the show today?
So the plan for the show today is essentially just a bit of nostalgia for John. He's getting old now. He's passing on. I mean, it's been a long time coming that he's just get off the radio because
maybe you need to make a move to Radio 2.
Yeah,
that's what all the other old
that's where they
presenters
put
seem
all
to
the old
do.
People.
Yeah.
So maybe that's.
You're
what we
over the
should
hill
do.
now. Get on Radio 2. And then when you get even further down the road, you've got to go on Radio 4.
And then you
Classic,
have to be
maybe.
on, 5 Live or something, or Smooth Classics. That would be quite nice.
Smooth Radio.
I think I could do smooth radio.
You're very smooth.
Because the talent with smooth radio is you've got to basically be able to play music, and in between music, say like the news.
Yeah.
So you just basically and today a boy was stabbed, age 19, in Catford.
You couldn't have done some happy news,
well,
like the end news that they do on
any happy news. Let's be honest, Chris.
There is some, on like regional news stations, they always do like something like, "Oh, look at this squirrel water skiing," or like some crap like that.
Like page 3 at the Metro. They don't have naked ladies in the Metro. They have like an animal doing something, like if a rare species
Very
has
niche
had a
type
baby.
of porn, that.
No, it's supposed to be like
Also illegal.
So as there's no boobs, here's a picture of an animal. Essentially.
So basically what we're saying is Metro readers are into bestiality.
It's a free paper after all,
That's why a lot of people just leave them discarded. They're like, that's disgusting.
Hello and welcome back to The Gentleman on Radio Brunel. That was Dance
Something
Floor
rubbish.
by David Guetta and Will.i.am, I believe.
David Guetta.
Guetta. How are you meant to pronounce it?
Walks into the club and the girls get Guetta.
How do you pronounce it then?
Guetta.
It's got a U in it.
Yeah.
Guetta.
How do you pronounce guess?
Guest. Guest. Yeah. All right. Fair play.
So I believe.
No, but isn't the E and the U a different way round?
No.
In guess and
No,
getter.
it's Gueatta, isn't it? Getter.
Yeah, but isn't guess?
Oh,
Isn't
right.
guess GE?
No.
That's why I'm an engineer and not an English student. Are you sure?
You're about to graduate.
Someone
Chris.
dictionary
You
it.
can't spell guess.
Yeah, that's what. Well, after that revelation, that's what spell check's for anyway.
Yeah, I know. I can't spell anything.
ANYTHING.
Well done, John. Oh, I'm so proud.
Well done.
He can't spell anything else though. He's guaranteed.
ANYTHINGE.
Oh, this game could be like 2 hours worth of show. So the idea. So this shows the history of the gentleman.
Yeah, this shows
because this
essentially
isn't
like
the gentleman. This isn't a gentleman, tribute, is it? This isn't a gentleman tribute.
No, this is like
prior
this
gentleman.
is
Yes.
sort of like your CV, you know.
To get your name out there.
All right. What led up to the gentleman essentially?
Yeah.
You know,
So
before I became the big.
Yeah, the making of.
big
Big name you are.
It's like when you watch, you know, like comedians and stuff when they tell you about like when you were doing like stuff backstage and then they get their big break.
Doing backstage.
John's big break was essentially everyone not wanting to host with him anymore.
Yeah.
Do you get many groupies?
Look at, the Gentatalias.
The Gentatalias.
Genitalia.
He's got tons.
That's brilliant. I love it.
His phone autocorrects to it now.
It does.
It's
It's now
never-
saves Gentatalias. Because I'm just messaging them all the time. Like, hey, Gentatalia, how are you doing?
Send me a picture of your genitalia. Do you want some gentlemen all up in your genitalia?
Yeah.
Yeah, so anyway, we should
It's
play a
been
bit of Who
interesting
Are
fan-
You?
Yeah.
So the concept this week is it's in
It's in your head.
Mythical.
Yeah.
It's a little bit imaginary. Basically,
imaginary
It's
game.
non-existent.
basically, what you were going to do is ask John some questions.
Yeah, so John,
Can I just say,
yeah.
Who Are You takes hours of planning, right?
No, it doesn't. It takes about 2 seconds.
2 years of writing questions to get to know the guests.
Have you already got to know any of them? Though?
I'm not saying anything.
Oh yeah, I mean, yeah, we got to know a few people.
We're already playing Who Are You?
I mean,
by the way.
Chris's first show.
You didn't even know him, man. To be fair,
I didn't know Chris then.
This
no.
is the fact of the matter. It's called the Gentleman Friends, but they're not his friends prior to being on the show. They're just people.
Actually,
that
we
he's
are
bothered.
friends prior to being on the show. It's after the show we become not friends.
and enemies.
I mean, so the first time Chris came on The Gentleman, the whole show was Who Are You?
It basically was, wasn't it? It just dissolved into mindless babble and chat.
So
Who are you?
the first question is, what was your favourite show, John? If you had to choose one.
As in, in the entire 4 years?
Yeah, no. Yeah. Oh, no. Choose your favourite episode from each series.
Cheeky. So Radio Lols, there was that time when...
Everyone turned up. It's because the hosts were never there. That's what my joke is.
Oh, well, yeah. You know, first year, Radio Lols was, you know, like rock and roll lifestyle that, you know, turns up.
Sniffing lines of coke off prostitutes and arses. And
What time was it on?
12 to 1 on a Tuesday or something.
Whoa.
Oh, yeah. Ooh, you know.
Prime time
It's
slot.
like the Dan Bilzerian of radio shows. Just, you know. We used to play stuff like Weird Yal Ankovic and stuff. It was a comedy show.
Really?
That's what I got onto radio. I
A bit
proposed
of-
it as a comedy show. We said, oh, yeah, we need a comedy show. And then we realised that all comedy songs are swearing in. My favourite show of that has to be the 6-hour broadcast, though.
Oh,
Something Radio Brunel will never do again. I remember being in my PJs for that.
yeah.
What time was it running?
It was it midnight till 6 a.m.?
Yeah, you were through the night.
Oh, yeah.
Nice.
And I needed a pee at one point, and I had to go all the way back to Halls while Nick and Berry like covered. And
Okay.
Nick was on the show doing coursework. He's like, I've got coursework in for today. I was like, what are you doing on the show if you got coursework in? And it's quite funny. And then we had a comedian come on called Michael Ayres at the end of those 6 hours, who was up for doing it, even though he's like a teacher now, and he was gonna just get up and go teach kids. And I was like, he was up at that time to do radio for free. Unbelievable. He came in at 5 and then left at 6.
Fair play.
Fair play to the guy, yeah. It's a 6 hour.
Restekpa.
So that's my favourite show from Radio
Yeah.
Lols, because it was a bit of a laugh. The Ladies and Gentlemen, see, they're all sort of one of the same, weren't they?
That's nice.
We did do an undocumented return when Radio Brunel was fixed. Do you remember that? So after Christmas, so the radio station
Yeah.
went down, but then they fixed it again.
And we did one episode.
And we did one episode, but it never got podcasted. It never got recorded. I
Have
don't
you still
think.
got that?
I don't have it. I don't think it ever,
Oh,
because it was just an hour, because it was an hour show back
yeah,
then.
it was just us probably like absolutely ranting.
And we were just ranting about the fact that Radio Brunel couldn't facilitate the Ladies and Gentlemen. I mean, over that period, people complained. They say they couldn't quite hear Sara. She was a bit quieter than me.
They didn't like.
But
what
we
were
found
doing
out
on the
tonight
web.
why that was.
I quite enjoyed our Halloween show.
That was funny.
That was probably
really
our most
funny.
sort of like
That's probably the one that we planned the best.
exotic show. Yeah. So basically
Yeah.
for that show, we both planned features. And it was around. I think it was a collab. It was Bonfire Night.
No, Bonfire Night was a separate episode where you fed me.
No, that's the one I'm thinking of. Bonfire Night.
That was
Bonfire
good.
Night. So Sarah created a feature, and that's how kind of the show used to work. So Sarah created a feature, and I created a feature.
We did like half an hour each.
And I did. So I was blindfolded Sarah. made all this, hot dogs and stuff.
He made me a beautiful meal of like nachos, hot dogs.
Wait.
What was the dessert?
Oh,
Is
it
it
was
a cream Sorry.
Eaten mess.
Wait.
It was actually eaten
yeah.
mess. Yeah, in a shot glass, and that was just made out of like a yogurt,
Yeah.
an eaten mess yogurt. You did that feature where we had to guess the firework, which is a little
Oh,
bit
that was
ludicrous.
the funniest, ridiculous thing I've ever thought of in my
Guess
life.
the firework.
Guess the
I
firework.
essentially found like loads of people record fireworks like no tomorrow. Like go through
Okay.
YouTube and like fireworks display galore. And I wrote down each of the different fireworks, and then it was just literally like every single one was like.
They all sounded the same.
You could tell which one was like the Catherine wheel and things like that. You know, really specific ones. You
Yeah.
could, but like all the rest are just like. Woo.
Because you know,
The other thing, so what's he supposed to say? Like, oh, that was the Terminator 5003.
I can't
Like-
remember. I don't think it was that specific.
You never go to firework night and go, you know what, I'm going to listen out for these.
That's the Roman candles. Oh, there's a mortar.
You do know what
Actually, I
they're
do-
called,
I
though.
do
So
a little
that's
bit.
that's
That's
the.
pretty good, that.
that's the-
I'm like, I was going to just
I
say
feel
Catherine
like
wheel again.
You're validating
That's my
my
knowledge.
You're validating my.
I
thing.
always set off the fireworks when we do fireworks night at home.
A bit of a whiz, the super user, the fireworks super
The
user.
only bad, I did have one occasion where the rocket didn't leave the thing, and I didn't notice, and I was stood next to it trying to light another one, and I noticed at the last minute, and I just had to jump on the floor out of the way of it as it exploded over me, like burns in my jacket, everything. It was brilliant.
Stay safe, kids. Yeah.
So, what was your favourite show of The
Favourite
Gentleman
show
Series
of The
1?
Gentleman Series.
Series
We'll
one
split
last
it,
year.
We'll split it by series.
Okay, so Series 1.
I'm assuming that's
That's last year.
like, yeah,
Yeah. So.
last academic year.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Because they were rubbish.
I quite enjoyed Girls' Night
I bet you did. You dog.
because it was probably because it was the birth of the hairs, the
wigs.
graphic wigs. That
Oh,
created.
yeah.
and also probably the birth of Who Are You as well.
No, it wasn't, because we played it on our show, on my show.
Was it a chatterbox then though?
No. I don't remember how we played it. I just remember that we did play it because I laughed a lot.
Yeah. I don't know, but it was probably like the start of when I really wanted to go with the brands. Not so much like the guest, although there was a funny bit where I sort of quizzed the girls on. These are sort of like I don't know, your average stunner, Chris, if you like. I'll put it like that. They're quite good looking, so I decided to quiz them on Tinder, as you do.
Okay.
And I mean, there was
Has Tinder been out that long?
Oh wow, gee, not that old, Chris.
No, when did
Yeah,
it
it's
come
been out
out?
for a while.
Towards the end of the year. Like
yeah,
academic
actually,
year,
yeah. Well, no,
Yeah.
academic. Yeah, it was because I started the Gentleman again in like February.
Yeah.
So yeah, around then it
Fair
sort
enough,
of started getting a bit popular. And I quizzed them on that, and their responses were really good, really quite funny. And then we did Celeb Tinder, and it was quite a good feature. So that was probably my favourite for that, because it was quite a short series actually. Series
Yeah.
1. Series 2 was favourite show though. Comedy's up there. I didn't see. They're all different. That's the beauty with the Gentlemen's. You've got all the different guests, and they all bring something different. Like your show was so funny, and because you just don't care, you just don't care, and it's brilliant. And then this series, I have to say, probably Raphael coming on. To be fair, with Chris, that was a quality show. Because
Shut up, man.
so it's time for a clip. You say
Yeah, I think we should listen to a clip from Radio Lols.
30 seconds long.
It's quite funny.
Okay, here we go. For the viewing pleasure of people. Hello and welcome to Radio Lols. And today on the show we actually have our co-presenter in.
Yeah,
Yep, Sam Berry is with us, ladies and gentlemen,
I know.
for comedy at Tuesday lunchtime. I was going to ask you, Barry, if you could introduce yourself to the listeners. What are you studying? What's your boat?
What boat's my float? Is that? Okay.
Yeah.
My name is Sam Berry. I'm 18. I'm not going to give out my date of birth because otherwise people will try and clone me.
Otherwise, people will try and clone me
I think
if they
that's
know my date of birth.
I think that's essentially the only way that I could try it, because there was only one episode of like Radio Lols that I could use to find, to like, you know, for reminiscence sakes, and this episode that John found for me on the YouTube.
The YouTube.
The YouTube. It's like a 13-minute long as well. So there wasn't much to choose from, but I thought that was just so, like, John still speaks the same on radio to this day. But your laugh
Really
is so
slowly.
fake.
I'm quite impressed that's quite professional radio there.
I did edit it. I've edited that down, John. I'll tell you now. There was lots of.
Oh, okay, because that's what I'm just used to the used to the end product basically. I'm used to the
You're
end
used
product.
to hearing what it actually sounds
But
like.
I
Do you want to play the
That
next?
is that's his sound, isn't it?
Do you want to play the next
because
one?
that was quite. I was like,
Radio
so Sam,
Brunel.
start talking because the show's gonna be really pants if you don't start presenting. Okay, so the next clip. So Radio Lols 2 on this one. Okay. Yes, that was a random song for your Tuesday lunchtime, and we do like to fill your lunchtimes with comedy, don't we, Sam?
We do. I mean,
We do, yeah.
it's a public service we like to provide.
Yes.
You know.
I know what you're thinking. 12 o'clock for a bit of comedy. What? You know, I'm happy watching it at 9 on Mock the Week or something. But no, this is class comedy to keep you going while you're eating a sandwich or, a pasty down at Greg's.
Down at Greg's.
You went on quite a long rant after that about pasties and paninis, and it was quite funny, but it just didn't make any sense. So I was like, no. And then it was the end, and I was like, oh, I want to know more about your views on pasties and paninis.
So you've been able to sum up essentially the Radio Lols in 2 minutes.
Yeah. The lady and gentleman's a bit longer.
How does that make you feel, Jonathan?
Time
No.
well spent, Chris.
But the thing
How do I get here? That's how I got here today.
The only memory that I have of John ever actually I remember him coming back and being really annoyed because no one listened to him, and we were like, I was at a lecture. I genuinely had a lecture through every episode of Radio Lols, for one. And for another, he was never there. Like, I remember the one week I didn't have a lecture because it was really weak, and I was going shopping, and you just like, well, there? I can't remember. You were like, I was like, you going to do the show this week? I was like, nah.
It's because Sam Berry was, a devout Christian, so he was dedicated to God, and they seem to do lunchtime, come have a free meal and it'll tell you about Jesus kind of deal.
Where's this?
At the Christian Union.
I want a free lunch.
Where
So
have you
that
been
you'd
for
be
4
allowed
years?
in.
I don't know. I know they give you coffee and tea and biscuits after
no,
Global.
the
On a
food's
Friday
constant.
morning as well, they have something called Rabbit Cafe.
Oh, I've heard about that. I didn't
That's
realise
good.
that was Christian
That's
Union. I
not the
thought
kind
that
of.
was
That's
just
not
like
the kind of. That's not your cup of tea. Chris.
You can't eat the
it's not my
rabbits.
kind of rabbit
That's
either.
not your kind of rabbit. I don't.
That took a minute.
What?
I thought I
You
got
just
away
got the
with
rabbit
that.
joke.
Wait. Which joke are we on? Because I
One.
just realised cup of tea was quite a good joke as well.
What?
Not your cup of tea.
Oh, wait.
No one's laughing at
The
you,
cafe.
John. This isn't your episode.
Yeah, stop trying to take over.
Yeah, shut up, guest.
Sorry.
Don't like it when the guests get too mouthy. Gonna chuck you up in a minute.
Mind you, I think on that one the first one I came on, I probably ended up talking more than you did.
I think you did, but what I've done over the series is just I told you on the show, just let guests
Ramble.
because it's just brilliant. Like some of the stuff you just came out with. I don't even know how we got onto leggings, Chris.
Or we got onto it by talking about the film Teeth.
Oh, yeah. It's
Yeah.
that kind of show.
Oh, okay, I have to listen to it and maybe keep it for next week.
Yeah. What is your most embarrassing moment ever?
This is the question that
See, I'm not sure whether. See, the thing is like if it's that embarrassing, the only problem is you might not answer truthfully.
What's a really embarrassing moment for me?
Just any like in your childhood, I shit pants or like in class or something like that. Anything. Just want to know.
So I told this on the show the other day, but it's not.
No,
like...
another one then.
No, we want to hear another one. We don't want to hear the same
How
one.
many times do you get yourself in? I don't
If
get
it's not
embarrassed
really,
easily.
just say, yeah, but there's got to be like one.
You got to have done something really stupid. I remember once my friend.
All right, come on then.
I remember once.
No, she's gone. She's gone.
Is that
Right.
good? Is that
Let's go,
embarrassing?
Johnny.
I don't know.
I know what you're saying because I'm sitting here trying to think of my most embarrassing memory, and I can't really remember any.
I was quite embarrassed the first time I had sex.
Sorry.
Not because of the.
Can we go through the thought process of that, please? As in, like, what was making you embarrassed?
This was a embarrassing moment because we'd done the thing.
I've got a good story about
and
mine.
we
Actually,
called,
I'm
we
gonna bring
called
up.
time on it. What happened then was my girlfriend at the time decided to open. It was like a global night here, so that like this is the to the genitalias that aren't on campus, the people. This is like the big night on campus, the B-knock.
Yeah.
And so they were banging on the door. Come on, come out. What are you doing? Come on, get ready. Because they knew I was coming out. And she decided to open it. I think she was clothed at this point, or wearing something.
But you were still propping a tent up.
Yeah, I was still camping. She
No
opened the
bed.
door. All these people barged through. Masses of people.
I don't remember
Chris
this. Where was
Jones,
I?
I think Dan and I jumped into my cupboard because they were big enough in Stoltash. Decided to
Like
embrace
some weird gremlin.
I get into the cupboard naked. I put on a jacket that's in the cupboard.
Yeah.
Come out like, all right, clever man. And to sort of deal with the situation, I put on Lonely Island. I just said sex.
No, fair play.
Sort
Like,
of
okay.
edge it on, and then that was it. That was my first time. That was the best bit about the first time because it's just awkward anyway.
It is a little bit. My first time was quite funny. There was
How old was she, Chris?
she was a month younger than me, so the same age.
That's all right for you.
So yeah, how old was I? It was just before my 17th. So yeah, my girlfriend at the time, and like a few of my mates and stuff. We were just like at my house. Like my mum had gone away for the weekend, and we'd ordered a Chinese, and we're just chilling out, having a few beers and whatnot. And like a get together rather than a party. Like about 10 of us maybe.
And let me guess, you forgot to order the spring rolls.
No. We were like chilling out, we're eating, and she's finished her Chinese, and she leans over and like whispers in my ear like, "Oh, do you want to go upstairs?" And I turn around and went, "Can I just finish this first, please?"
Please.
What you went?
Hey, it's at the end of the day, I still got laid, and I finished my sweet and sour chicken.
And you were fine.
But so yeah, like, and then, so like 10 minutes later after I finished, I go upstairs and
yeah,
blah 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 blah, and yeah, but the same thing happened to me. I never completed. So yeah, but about it. What didn't happen? What didn't help was about sort of 15-20 minutes in, my mates realised what's going on, and my bedroom is right above the study where the computer was.
Oh,
So they go in there and turn the speakers up full and blast pornography as loud as they can. So you just suddenly up through the floor, just like, oh, just like, oh god. So yeah, that didn't help as well.
you could say that all went wrong.
Oh,
Chinese humor.
all gone Pete Thong. So yeah, that was kind of embarrassing, but quite funny. Like I can look back at it and laugh.
What did she'd already finished her meal at this point?
What do you mean?
So she'd
Finished her food
as in
when.
all of it, or did she just sort of
Well, we'd all ordered food, and she'd eaten whatever she'd ordered.
bloody hell, she'd get quicker than you.
I like to savour and enjoy my food, as you can see.
Gosh, he was probably really gagging for it. Well, let's get this Chinese done. I'm taking him to the bedroom.
I'm gonna maybe, yeah. And I was like, well, I
And
need
then
the.
you went, You should have ate that a little bit longer, because I'm still.
She said that to me later as well.
It's like I was there, Chris. We've ordered more Chinese. What was your embarrassing moment? So that you just burst out laughing about?
Oh, it wasn't even my embarrassing moment. It was just like in high school, like year 7, 8, and 9, we used to have
the
these.
Welsh call it high school, by the way.
Oh yeah, sorry, secondary school. Sorry, we call it
Are you
high.
Welsh?
Yeah.
Don't have a Welsh. Don't have that like much of a Welsh
Oh,
accent.
sorry, you all talk like this then.
Yeah, that's what, like I didn't know. Like,
Oh no.
It's a big chunk of disc as well.
All right then. So we were in assembly. No, I'm not talking like that. For the whole thing. We're in assembly in
It's your natural voice. You put this voice that you're speaking
This is not my natural voice. I actually talk like this all the time. Inside my head, I'm just pure Welsh. But no, and I think it's quite impressive that I'm going so quickly between the two
You can
now.
all do it, Sarah. It's not bloody hard. Don't try.
I can't do Welsh.
What?
Oh,
I don't know. Like,
Yeah,
no,
you're
that's
not-
what was
you're
that.
not-
I
you're not
can't do
having
it.
two of
It's just
us.
one of
You're
those
not
ones, you know.
having
You know, sometimes you just can't get that accent down. Like, I just can't do it.
no, yeah.
It's like my northern.
I'm a bit like,
Exactly.
I
Yeah.
can't do Scottish really.
Scottish.
Yeah, I can't really do that. Okay, no.
Okay.
Well, Orkney.
Bastards.
Anyway,
There's
it
been a
was,
murder.
so my
I'm
story,
going to
my
have a
story was
Welsh
about my
cake.
friend going up to collect a award, and they didn't say her name. They said so. Her name was Hannah Keane.
What?
I can't tell the story. Her name was Hannah Keane, and the girl's name who'd won.
That's the really bad story.
Yeah, it's a bad story. It's not funny.
What
No
the
one else.
bloody
No,
hell?
you weren't there. I was funny.
Hang on. Yeah, but all you've said is.
Sorry.
Oh God.
Okay, so her name was Hannah, but the girl who's won the award was Annam. Like, it was Annam Hanif, nothing like Hannah Keane. And she went out to get this award. And Annam was just sat there like, I'm sure they said my name. And it's like
still lost on me.
it's a military award. What do you mean? It's like
A military
Why
award?
did some birds go
Military.
get the
Oh.
award, even though she clearly knew she wasn't in the military?
No, monetary. I got that wrong.
No, it was
Oh.
money. It was. It was.
Oh.
Yeah, it was a military award in 7, 8, year 7, 8, 9.
Yeah, I went to Catholic military school. We learned how to shoot bombs and read the Bible.
I went to a Catholic school.
I remember
Did
clearly.
it help?
Almost everyone in this room has then, because Chris is just a heathen.
Did you go to a Catholic school, Jonathan?
Yeah.
Are you Catholic or are you?
I am
Oh,
Catholic,
close enough.
Yeah.
Oh.
You practicing? No. Same.
I,
Sorry, Mum.
I remember going up for an award once, and the headmaster
wasn't
handed
your
them
name?
out, and he gave out these awards, and he went because we used to be at houses in because I went to
we had
private
that.
school. Oh well, clearly it's.
I went to a
I was,
private school and a standard one.
Oh, you went to a private school?
Only for like 4 years.
Why are you all at Brunel?
Because I left before
quite common.
GCSEs and A levels.
Well, I left before A levels, and
That's where I went
so
wrong.
the award was for the because we won the house. The
Yeah, the
competition
house cup.
for design and technology, and it was a team, and he just went, and he was a big fella, Irish. He just went, "You've sorted this out between us," and he just handed out the awards in like a pile to this group.
Sweet Irish accent there as well.
He was
When I went back, so if you got like a certain amount of GCSEs or A levels, you went back for like an awards evening, and I performed that night. I also got an award because I got good GCSEs. And one of my friends got called up, and her name is Rahina. She's Filipino, and however, the person handing out the awards pronounced it Regina, and it sounded like vagina. It didn't sound anything like Regina, and it was the funniest thing. Like, and we were all
At
sat on the
16,
stage. All sat on the stage, our parents like in the audience, and everyone just burst out laughing.
They said vagina.
It's funny when the
Essentially.
headmaster gets teachers' names wrong.
Oh,
we
yeah,
had
I
a
hate
guy
that.
called Mr. Snell, but in assembly
Did
the
they call him
headmaster
Mr.
went.
Smell?
We'll call him Mr. Smell.
Shock.
And that had us good for hours. That did.
Oh, that's a good one we should ask.
What?
What's the most trouble you ever got into at school?
Oh, yeah. I want to hear this story.
Oh,
Probably nothing.
So, in drama I got into trouble quite a lot at private school. In drama
did
once,
as well.
you know, you used
You're
to...
being too Iranian, John. Be more English, please.
you know, you used to-
What?
He's Iranian. Well, half
Oh,
Iranian.
Are you?
Clearly,
I've
you've
I've
not.
said this to
We're
you
not
like
playing.
Never
many
told me
times.
that before.
We're not playing
invited
half.
you to
We're not
yes-
playing
last
Hawaii
year's
very well.
Birthday thing as well, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I know you're going to a restaurant, but it doesn't mean you're half Iranian
Yeah,
because
but-
you're going to an Iranian restaurant. I go to Chinese restaurants quite often. It doesn't mean I'm half Chinese.
I go to KFC quite often, but I am,
Yeah, I couldn't
A
come to
bit.
that though. Sorry.
Sus.
She's not been on radio.
We'll edit that out. Edit that out.
yeah. Best editors in the business. Yeah.
Sorry, I've stolen your question now.
So
I don't have a question.
Oh, have you already asked
Oh,
your
yeah,
second one?
no, I haven't.
The naughtiest thing.
Yeah, what's
So in drama once, you know, you used to do those activities, like
Yeah.
those
so much
start
room for
warm-
activities?
Those warm up.
Yeah.
Yeah, like pretend to be a tree.
Yeah, all that. I once went at the end of one. Well, that was a load of shit. And then the teacher sent me out and then put me in for detention.
And did you have, like, as you were walking out, man, it feels good to be a gangster.
And another time, I was
That
eating,
was off it. I can't believe you said shit in school.
and I know. Another time, I mean, you guys are going to be shocked at this one. I was eating indoors. Dun dun dun.
I used to eat
Jesus.
my entire meals.
I got
in sixth form.
detention on my birthday for that.
I never got detention. I got sent out twice.
You never got detention.
I got class detention quite a few times, but I never actually had singular detention.
I got isolation for a
Oh
day.
no!
The worst thing I did, I got blamed for something. So
It was
we
a
found
murder.
this girl who was sort of like, big, sort of big name, a big name in school, and she was quite hot, like,
Yeah.
and she left her rough book. They used to give us rough books.
Yeah, drop it.
Yeah.
And she left it behind, and in the back of it, she, idiot. She put, "I fancy Chris Martin," or "I heart."
Coldplay, Chris Martin.
No, as in there was a boy in our school called Chris Martin,
Fair.
and we were sort of. Oh, I didn't pick up this book. A friend did, and he was sort of the naughty boy in school. I sort of hang out with him, That was my sort of like mid-school crisis. And,
I had mine at A level, which is where
yeah, I had
went
mine
wrong.
at A level too.
no,
Which is why I ended up
got mine out
here.
of the way year 8. And so I gave so he sort of like so he had this book, and then they got then the girl and her mates grasped, and I got into a lot of trouble, and I was told to reconsider my friend.
What? Because you looked in her book.
Yeah, because exactly. She left it behind, and I told her we had it as well, and she and I think the boy wouldn't give it back to her, and I was like, whatever, none of my business now. I don't have this, but I'd give it back to her if I had it, and I think I got the blame for it ultimately because it was a shared, venture, but
Shared
that
enterprise.
was private school, really, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Like you just got blamed for everything, I'm glad I left private school because for education's reasons as well, because my sixth form school, they were so much better, like
Really?
in every capacity.
That's when he learnt like all
when
the
I learnt how
swear
to
words and
read.
stuff.
My sixth form college was crap. It was rubbish.
Oh really?
But yeah, my secondary school was good.
No,
Yeah, the most trouble I got in is I got isolation for a day, which was for burning
Cool.
my shoes in the playground.
How did you light your shoes on fire?
Deodorant and a cigarette lighter.
Oh my god. John, shall we play the first of the Lady and Gentlemen?
You're listening to Lady and Gentlemen with Radio Brunel. Today on the show, we have an introduction like no other. So, first of all, I'd like to welcome you to a new show. You might recognise my voice. Probably not. We didn't get that many listeners.
Because you were rubbish, John.
Radio Lols
joking.
was my show last year with Nicholas Prince-Wright and Sam Berry. And, well, I thought I'd do a new show this year. It's called Lady and Gentleman. And with me is the new host, co-host, whatever you want to call it, Sara Brimble. She, as you can hear, she has a voice for radio.
It's a sexual voice.
It's to add a bit of feminine nature to the show.
So that was just, introduction of what it was. It was so funny. I cut out a big bit where I'm just going, woo, 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 woo. I thought, I'm not going to look stupid
What
here.
happens when you put, like, just a newbie in your chair? You know, you get rid of Sam Berry, the pro. No.
No, John, why did you choose me as your co-host for Lady and Gentlemen? I mean, it wasn't going to be called that always. Why did you choose me as your co-host for the second for your second
I
show?
wanted a lady.
It was a long-term plan for John of seduction.
It was the Brimble. No, actually, because what happened was...
That was the
so
seduction.
Berry didn't want to do it anymore because he wanted to become more dedicated to God. So
John was taking him down the wrong path.
So she said, you know what, it doesn't matter. I'll find someone else. And if I don't, I'll just, go alone, it's fine. And then I was like, Sarah, do you want to do it? And it took a lot of bloody persuading, actually. It took a lot of persuading. I remember calling you up all summer, like, do you want to do it yet? Do you want to do it yet? And then eventually you went, yeah, I'll do it. And then there's obviously been disputes of who came up with, the
No,
Lady and
it was
Gentleman.
me.
I'm pretty sure I called you and said, let's do this, Lady and Gentleman.
No, you were like, what should we call it? And I was like, Brimble and Night of Brimble, something like that. And you were like, no, it's really crap. And I was like, what about the Lady and Gentleman? And you were like, it was definitely, I was like, let's just do something that's really simple. And you were
Is it going to end up being a copyright court case? Like...
Yeah. Yeah.
But it's not copyrighted, so... So the lady, I thought, that it'd be nice to get a girl on, and we were both seeing
other people.
Seeing other people at the time. And if you listen back to the shows, it doesn't sound like that. Plot twist.
No, so yeah, John, so
Cucula.
essentially you chose me because you wanted a woman and I was the only one that was about.
Yeah,
He
Bit
wanted
like-
some
bit
breasts
like
on
now,
the
to
show
be
that weren't his
honest.
own.
Yeah.
You were his last chance.
Yeah,
There's more
essentially.
she'll do.
Yeah.
We've got a new guest on at the moment. Well, another
Hey.
guest. Would
Another-
you like to introduce yourself?
Oh yeah, I'm Chris. I was here last week.
A
He
different
just hangs
Chris.
around.
Oh, okay. We need another name then. We need.
I'll be Barry.
All right. Yep.
The new host is Barry, or Baz for short.
I didn't...
This is the moment we've all been waiting for. This is something that I feel that people just didn't listen to at the time, but it's so funny.
Lady and Gent drunk.
Oh, this is a good one. This is a really
it's the
good
best
one.
That's enough of that. Ooh, free Graze box.
Oh man, Grace boxes are free for everyone because they're gross.
Yeah, go to a tree and get nuts of that.
Have some nuts
Lemon
and
nuts.
berries. That you get me a present. Like we were getting separate ones. I was like, what's he getting me?
Yeah, why? Did you think I was going to get you like a joint? A joint? I was going to get you a
A
joint.
joint. No, because that would be free because you just steal it.
No, did you sit to...
Whoa. I've discovered something new in the studio. The mics make this noise. Who needs sound effects when we have the microphones?
We have,
Work voice. That's what we do
right.
when I'm at work.
Yes, I'm just got...
Yeah, I didn't want you talking about. Sorry. Bye.
Let's get my supervisor. So you was doing...
No, I was like, bear with me a minute.
Hey, Dave! Dave! I've got one on the line here. She's wondering whether she needs to claim back on her car insurance. No road tax. Tell her to go up to roll 2. Okay. Yeah, he says that you've got to call back in about an hour.
But you
Okay.
kept the Welsh accent on. No, I don't, literally, I think work was the reason that I lost my Welsh accent in the first place, if I had one. If I
You
have
just
one.
you just gain a phone voice. It's a really English phone voice.
Hello.
Or do you do what everyone does on the phone and just pick up the phone and go, "Hello, we are calling from
No, do not do that, Jen. That's so rude.
the local centre place."
It's a really funny episode of the IT Crowd where they talk about gaps in your knowledge. Have you ever seen it? It's really funny. It's like, and my one I've realised is where capital cities are. Like, I did not know that Budapest was in Austria. We've had this conversation.
Budapest is the capital of Austria.
It's also two separate cities, Buda and Pest. There's a bit of knowledge for you. No, it is.
Wow.
It's two cities,
That's
Buda
amazing.
and Pest, split by a river.
To be fair, I wasn't that far off because I mean,
Geography
Austria-Hungary was once the same place and now it's not. So
Yeah. Equally, Rhodesia was a place, but it's not.
all right.
I hope you're having a good night, getting in the mood to go out and party, maybe go to Global or just go down the pub, or like me, leaving this show and doing my dissertation for the next 36, 48 hours.
The music might be so good, you could get Greta.
Fuck you all.
It's really funny.
How does he pronounce it?
He calls himself DG.
Good.
D good.
Is that get the?
D good.
Good da.
Good.
Is
Hang on, he's
he
not
Austrian?
German, is he? Where is he from?
David
It's
Guetta.
Terminator.
I don't know.
Sure.
No, it's probably like
Something in the night
Spanish.
so dangerous.
No, he's not Spanish.
Oh wait, we got.
Could do it on my iPhone. Should we see how my iPhone pronounces
Yes,
Guetta?
but it's American. It might be biased.
That's true.
Damn.
Wow.
He sounds so rude. He's like, you
Idiot.
Guetta, you
At the end of the night, you'll get her.
Say again.
Guetta.
At the end of the night, you'll
Get her.
Next week on the show.
We could hire him a stripper for his last show.
Ah, yes.
That would be absolutely horrific.
That'd be really awkward. We'll turn on the webcam.
And also, it's not very good radio.
No, it could be because I'm, be really.
Hang on, what are you doing with the
I'm
microphone?
going to be excited for my last show, guys.
I'm
I feel like not
so-
being on radio has made you unable to radio.
Cannot
You
radio.
have lost your radio.
Was I ever able to radio?
Because your sentences.
Well, when you were drunk.
Yeah, that was good. That was a good episode.
Because your sentences now are literally just like when you explain a story, you'll just be like, "Oh, and I really think that," and that's a really good story.
It is a good
Or she'll
story.
do what she did earlier and go, "Oh, there was this time when," and then that's it for the next 5 minutes.
This is Sarah's laugh. I could do Sarah's laugh. And then if she really likes it, like really, really likes something, it's like that's basically Sarah's laugh.
I do a bit of a snort laugh sometimes, like.
I have I've been watching too much Family Guy
like a
film,
really manly
and
laugh for me.
I've
You-
started
it does,
to
you
adopt the Joe Swanson laugh.
The gentleman is very much the dead post.
You're not carrying on this next year, then, are you?
No.
How
this is
why?
it.
Why
This
is that?
it.
Like, why? That's a good point. Like, why are we not? Why are we
It's
not
so
going to be?
he can
happened.
endorse a end of year show.
It's so I can
That's,
potentially add to my viewership by
It's-
one.
It's marketing.
It has had a big marketing element to it, but also part of it is the friends. A lot of people were really rubbish. The people that have generally cancelled like hours before.
Yeah.
I've had to like literally scrape at the end, the edge of the barrel. to
Thanks,
get people
thanks,
on.
Philip.
I know. Don't worry, Chris. I came on feeling really privileged last series, being like, "Oh, he's chosen me to come on for this so early in the series," and I find out mid-show that he actually asked someone else before me, and they couldn't come. I was like,
That's
"Thanks."
how it's had to work. I mean, also, there's so much work that goes into the gentleman that I've now realised that it's just something I don't want to do next year.